Okay, I apologize for internet issues that are going on. I don't know if you're even going to be able to hear this, but my roommates decided that right now would be the perfect time to microwave something. The perfect time, even though I'm in the middle of a stream. So, internet's probably going to be hiccupy for a little bit here. I apologize. I'm still working on. It, I'm still working on figuring out stuff to make this statue. In the meantime. I'm looking up the clone command real quick so that I can get this right. Lower northwest corner of the destination region. So I need to put it there because it's gonna send it to the lower northwest region. Perfect. Okay, copy that over a few times. I have plenty of opportunities to get this looking good. But I'll fill those in just because it'll be more convenient for me to walk around here if they are. I'm making my own super flat world. One bit of the ocean at a time. Alright, let's start with this one. When I do it, because that'll be easier to keep track of. And then this one, I've already got the command in to clone this one specifically, so. Okay. And those can be put away. Computer's getting hot. Why is my computer getting so hot? Cracked polished blackstone bricks. Do I want to swap out the blackstone bricks for anything in this space? Maybe. I will real quick pop them over here to serve as a reminder that I am not opposed to the idea. But not fully sold on it yet either. Actually, let's hold on to that. Let me double check, make sure they're done using the microwave, and then we can get back to it. I had the idea for a brewing stand as well, because that would let me utilize the gilded blackstone to sort of emulate the appearance of the gold brewing stand, the blaze rod that's used in the stand. Functional blocks that be in functional blocks. Yeah. Let's actually get that out here. And I'll try to build it and see what it feels like. Interesting. I forgot that it always orients like that. there any other texture that does that thing? Where it has the bits off the side, but they go off at an angle? Any other block texture, I should say. Because obviously certain animals do that. The Allay and the Vex have the wings that go woo. Yeah, those are at a diagonal. Okay. Flowers might be. Yeah, all flowers are. So they'll look a bit more 3D. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to check to see if they're done with the microwave. It should not be long. Give me a moment, please. Alright, I'm back. They shared some chips with me as an apology, so in my mind, for now at least, they are forgiven. Let's see. This one would actually benefit from stone and blackstone and gilded blackstone. Or maybe even some terracotta in there. Let's try that out, actually. Stone is kind of akin to that texture. What's... let me think. Cyan... light gray, maybe light gray terracotta looks a little weird, but it looks kind of like that same color. So what if... What if... yeah, not quite. Not a fan of that. Actually, let's try slabs. That might look more interesting. Slab. Slabs. It would help the middle pillar look thicker, even though it's kind of not. Alright, no gilded blackstone for the middle. 3, 4, 5, 6. So start out with, I guess. What about that? Nope, like that. Let's try ball like that. What about just... that one's in order. Okay, then packed mud, perhaps, and then stone at the bottom. Packed mud. Mud. Brick mud brick wall, maybe? Oh, no, that doesn't look great. It'll look kind of cool in the back. Ash, hello, hello. How have you been? Up to any shenanigans lately? That actually looks okay. And then, andesite wall under that. Hmm. like a big brewing stand. What about maybe that? I've never been a part of any shenanigans. What do you mean? Sure, sure. What about underneath this stone? Can you put... No, you can't. I'll use those to add a little extra texture later. Actually, can you put a pressure plate on top of... You cannot. I didn't think so. If I use these for the pathway up... How's your day been? It's been going okay. There was a bit of a hiccup a little bit ago. My roommates used the microwave, but then they gave me chips, so I'm forgiving them. I've been trying to figure out what to use for a statue for the room across from what is probably going to be my bedroom. What if instead I put walls there? Like so. Yeah, not like that. Maybe stone stairs. Black stone stairs. There we go. How has your day been? And how would I emulate the look of a glass bottle? I'll just say I'm glad to be home, lol. Aha. I've been there. Yeah, that's not gonna connect. Really, it just has to emulate the feeling of a glass bottle, I think. Well, may your day go better from here, Ash. I take a light gray glass. Thanks, I'm going to order some dinner and it's going to be wonderful. Excellent. Actually, let's put that back. No, that looks dumb. That looks bad. Okay. What about glass panes? Will those connect? I don't think they will. They do. Well, it does look a little different when you put a glass bottle in it. Hmm. if no insides? That looks like a glass bottle from the outside. And then if I fill it with water, and if I do that, that's gonna, yeah, no, that's not what I want. Let's swap these out for solid blocks for a second. And then grab them, and then there we go. That actually looks pretty cool. Time, set, day. What are you ordering for dinner? If you don't mind me prying a little bit. Chips. Stick those back up there. I couldn't hear from the other room, lol. I was wondering, what you planned to order for dinner. If you don't mind my prying. You, get out of here. I want to keep this intact. Type equals creeper. There we go. Oh, Moe's a burrito bowl. Ooh, burrito bowl. I'm not a huge burrito person myself, but I know how beloved they are. And for good reason. Gray. Maybe if I replace some of these with dark gray, it'll add a bit of shading. Maybe not that one. White. I will eat a regular burrito, but I prefer it in bowl form. Ah. I think that looks pretty good. What about these? What happens if I swap these out for... That's looking a little weird, maybe. Yeah, I think having them as black stone walls works just fine. Actually, hold on to that. I really like this. It looks so much like a brewing stand. Ditch those soul sand. If I... Are we talking about Qdoba, Planet says? I don't think so. Ash said Moe's, so I assume it's... not Qdoba. Also, I appreciate the dishes timer. Yeah, I've only got half an hour before I have to go check on the dishwasher. That's basically Qdoba. I didn't even notice that little. Yep, I'm working against the clock here. Although I will be coming back to the stream once that is done. And I'm thinking about maybe leaving you guys to watch an AFK farm in the meantime. Do I want to do this? Nah, that just looks dumb. That is better, but I want to figure out how to make that flow into that better. Okay, if I do this... There we go. I put one there. This looks silly. There we go. Yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah. A little bit of shading on the bottle. The center of the brewing stand is gilded blackstone. Although, do I want it to be gilded blackstone, or do I want to just make it blocks of gold? Because that would also show off affluence. It does look more like a brewing stand. What do you guys think? Blocks of raw gold or gilded blackstone? I think I vote for the blackstone. Uh-huh. I think the raw gold looks cool. And if I was going for... I don't know. Glowstone. Interesting suggestion. I'll show it off so that you can see what it looks like. It looks a bit more jarring, I think. And it's not quite the Blaze Rod yellow orange. What about a mixture of gold and gilded blackstone? Because you can see this little bit, there's the ridge there where it connects. What about that? Because there's a sort of a clasp around the top of the blaze rod like that. Maybe like that. Because gilded blackstone is rare and hard to get. And it looks like... Yeah, maybe like that. Oh, I think I like that. Thoughts? Because it looks like the little clasp up there. Ooh. That's another thing. This puts off particles. Can I get this to put off particles? I bet I can. I bet I can figure out a way. Alright, so game mode survival. Time set day. What does it feel coming up through one of these? Not bad. That's fast. It's easy to get out of. Yeah. Oh, that's good. And then this is obviously still easy to jump down. Ooh, that's nice. Whoop. Game mood creative again. Campfire. Actually, does the soul campfire put off different particles? I don't think it does. Yeah, no, it's the same. If I put this under that, will any particles escape? They do. They go through slabs. Which means they'll go through polished blackstone slabs. Slab. Like this one. And this one. And this one. Oh, snap. What puts off those particles, though? Torch? Does a torch put off those particles? Yeah, it's the same particles. I wonder if there's something else I could use to get that same effect. What about candles? Same particles. Don't really go much higher, though. That's really cool, though. I like that effect. What if I... Hey, Bale? Oh, that's much more noticeable. There's not really a way to put it just at the top and not interrupt the statue itself. Maybe I only put a hay bale behind the one in the very back. Yeah, that works better, I think. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Thoughts on the glowstone gilded blackstone combination? Oh, actually, there's the stopper there in the bottle. I wonder if a different wall would achieve a better effect. Like a red sandstone. It looks like a bottle stopper. Hmm. I'm gonna hide the timer real quick so that... And the plate and stuff. So that I can use this for a thumbnail. There we go, that ought to be good enough. Now that one. Okay. Okay, so that'll require a lot of blackstone. Let's take inventory. And this might not end up being the final design. It might not. Oh, I should finish making the room around it. It's not going to work really, is it? Maybe if I start sloping it inwards gently. Oh, what's this with the eyebrow wiggles? I don't understand. What did I do for that? No, now there's two of you. No. I don't know what they're for. I just wanted to be included. All right, I can respect that. Does this look okay from the inside? Or does it look horrible? Does it look too... It does. Okay. Raise the roof a little bit. Raise the party. Precisely. That seems like a proper shape. There we go. And now for light. Do brewing stands emit light at all? I don't remember. They have a blaze rod that's part of them. I guess they don't. The glowstone would be effective at lighting that, but I also don't like how high the contrast is on it. I apologize for not liking your contribution to the idea planet, but unfollowed. No! No, my friend, why? Just add a little bit of a touch up in through here, like so. Perfect. That's not bad at all. I like how that looks. Oh yeah. It's especially good from the sides. Actually, soul lantern there. Does that stop the... It does stop the... Oh no, it doesn't. Particles can still get through, but only some of them. Interesting. But this room is spawn proof, right? Light level 3 block. Yeah, it looks like it is, and I don't think they can spawn on these, but they won't be able to anyways, because they've still got a good light level. Okay, yeah, the light level in this room is all fine. Oop. There we go. I don't need those anymore. Right, the button. Is there anywhere I'd really want to use this? No, I don't. I guess not. I think that's fine as is. Okay. I'm sorry I didn't use your glowstone idea, but does this look cool? I really like it. It adds pop to the statue, I think. Okay, good. I'm glad you like it, Ash. Yeah, and Planet 2. Okay, good, good, good. Excellent. All right. So then it'll just be a matter of digging this area out and collecting the materials for it, which I should take inventory of. So let's actually chuck these out on the ground and then clear. There we go. Pick these back up, shove them back there, and then this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks of it, and 2 blocks of this. Okay. Regular blackstone, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then another 5, so 11 blocks of regular blackstone. That's not all, because there's also the stairs, of which there are 6, 7, 8. 8 stairs. 3 walls up top, and 1, 2, 3, 4 walls down there. So 7 walls. I don't use slabs anywhere. 3 mud brick walls. And a site and stone I'm not worried about gathering all of the material for. It does feel a bit dark, but that might be the stream. Okay, let's swap out some of these lanterns for a better light source. Maybe not all of them, though. Asymmetrical lighting could look cool. But the color mismatch doesn't really lend itself to that. What about... What about that? And then I could actually hang that up there, and it would still be invisible from that perspective. Not that one. There we go. Yeah, so when you're looking at it dead on, is that better lighting, do you think? Maybe I'd want to conceal them in the walls further, but you can't really... Yeah, it's still lit pretty well. And actually, I can use... That doesn't change anything. Okay, If I use stronger lighting in the walls, and then... Those stand out too much. Way too much. Something more subtle. How does this look on that? Not great. carpet. How does this look on that? Also not great. What about just candles? My food beat your dishwasher. Ah! Well, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry you're left without any dishes. I have plenty of wax, so using candles would not be a horrid idea. Flint and steel. Will it go up through these? The particles? No, it looks like it stopped them. Her dishes are fine. It's yours I would worry about. We've got 10 more minutes. Yeah, it's okay lighting. Not much point in the soul lanterns. They're like that, though. I thought that might add a bit of ambiance to the thing, but I think I'll just go with regular lanterns, because then that'll match the color of the candle flames. Chain. There we go. That's well lit. Okay. Are there any other significant things that yeah, if I'm going to go with 4, 16, 17, 18, 19 black candles. That's a lot of black dye and a lot of wax. I want to have dishes since I had food delivered, lol. Ah, well, that's good for a dishwasher to hear. Okay, red sandstone wall. 1 gray stained glass pane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Light gray. And 2 white. There we go. And then as for polished blackstone, if I did have dishes to do, I am the dishwasher. Oh, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. 16, right? Yeah, 16. 4 times 4. Actually. There we go. And for blackstone, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Plus 12. 12. 15. Plus 12 plus 12. There we go. Plus 2. Oh, those are slabs, right? 3 slabs. Plus 4. 4. 4. 4. Another 17. For Perfect. And then however many are down here. 6 on that wall, 3 on this one, 3 on that one, 6 on that wall. So 18, 21. In here, right? 6, 18 plus 3 is 21. Yep, no, math checks out. And 9 chains. Wait, nope. I had a couple over here holding that up, so 12 chains. There we go. For a stack of polished blackstone, that's going to be a bunch, but thankfully I think I already have a bunch. And 1, 2... 16 plus 3 plus 4. So 23 candles. And 1, 2... just 2 lanterns? 2 lanterns. There we go. Perfect. All right. And then a bunch of miscellaneous resources that I already have plenty of. The andesite and the stone. That'll be easy to get. I'll certainly get enough stone just as I'm hollowing this place out. Okay. I have yet to work on the sewer. Not that one. I've yet to work on the sewer pipes at all. But I'll leave that be for now. Just having collected enough for the brewing stand statue will be good for the time being. In fact, I'll probably have a little chest in that alcove while I hollow it out, so that I can collect them over time. And I may collect a bunch off part, like the glass. That's just collecting glass and then dyeing it. But getting the gold and the gilded blackstone and that pesky little thing there, the red sandstone wall, that feels like an on-stream thing to do. And perhaps we can do that... Perhaps we can do that when I get back, after the dishes. And then come back to the creative world to work on the sewer system a bit. Yeah. All right. I'm glad I have water here. Okay. First off, a chest for collecting the materials for that statue. And I shall put it here, accordingly. I'll need 6 more oak logs. I don't think I can make an AFK farm in 2 minutes. At least certainly not a good one. Maybe I'll take you over to the now finished oh, I don't know how long you were here for. Nope, not that. I don't know if you saw the new trimmed pants. Ta-da! pretty snazzy, I think. They are dune armor trim, and it works well with the tied chest plate, I think. Very fancy. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, never mind. I have red sand already, which means I can just turn that into red sandstone and turn that into a wall. That was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. And thank you, stone cutter. Bam, red sandstone wall. That was easy. There we go. Belt. Yeah, belt. Let's see. Gathering that much ink is going to be a tad annoying. And I should definitely harvest the bees while I have the chance. And then if I need a bunch more honeycomb. I think I'm good on honeycomb. There it goes. Okay, I'll harvest the beehives real quick. And yep, dishes indeed. I'll harvest the bees, and then I guess I'll leave you at the cactus farm, so you can see that in operation too. There we go, all done. And actually, actually, there is something I want to try. How much have we got? Over a stack already! Not bad. The rates on this farm are low, but it is certainly effective enough. Actually. Nope. Can't get that close to the cactus. Okay. Maybe I'll just stand here. Nope, too close. Ah. What about that? Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. Let me turn off the visible timer, and let's actually add existing napkin. Okay. Lock that in place. Plop that there. And then text at existing. No, none of those work. Right, you. Okay. So, back soon. Select font. Font shrift. No. B. Font shrift. Semi-light condense. Let's make that black so it stands out against the napkin. Actually, what font do I use for the... Okay. That looks like Impact. Alright, let's make it Impact. Select font, I for Impact. Okay. Oh, I can make it nice and stretched. I'd say that looks okay. Okay, and then move that to there and lock it. There we go. All right. See you real soon. Enjoy the footage of the cactus. Hello, hello, I'm back. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's pop that off. Excellent. All right. Yep, everything is in order. Let me check the music. Got a little bit to go in the soundtrack. All right, all right. Okay. And we're back. Let's see then. I think first order of business is collecting the stuff from the Nether. Actually, I'll real quick log back into Creative Test. And I'll take a screenshot of my inventory. Perfect. So that I can keep in mind what I'm going to need. Smuck is back. Yes, Smuck is back. Eyebrow wriggles. Okay. I have that. Let's go for the mud. Repacked mud. I don't know what that will entail. I have plenty of bottles over by the villagers. Let's... I think I have some gold ore that I can fortune. Yes, plenty. Let's do half a stack, actually. Let's see how much raw gold we can get from half a stack of gold ore. Over a stack. Quite nice. But is that enough? 5 blocks. I think it is. Yeah. Cool, cool. Excellent. I can pop over to... I'll need a lot of... I don't think I have any... Oh, I have a handful. Okay. Let's start with the... dye for the glass. White dye, gray dye. I'll only need one of those. And I'll need 2 of those. Okay. And then I can stick this back in there with those. Okay. That's enough for the glass. 12 chains. I can try to grab those from the bastion, I suppose. That's enough for the lanterns. cool. I'll go sleep and then pop over to the village so that I can grab those glass bottles for the mud and the glass panes to dye. And I'll take a handful of dirt with me. Hello, you. You better not start messing with my stuff. Wah! Did you try to shoot the Enderman? Silly skeleton. Doesn't know what's good for it. It'll be really nice to get an underground passage from my base directly to the village, so that I won't have to go over the land or over the water, as the case may be. Yep. I think most of my glass panes are up here with the cartographers, and I might as well trade with them while I'm here. Okay. A stack for me, and let's see how much I can trade to you. There isn't a crafting table in here. Nearest one is down below, I think. And they're not refreshing their trade, that's fine. I'll need that much for those, and that much again for both of the others, because you can't really... Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, I'll need a whole... a whole half stack, 32. Cool, okay. And I'll stick those in there and carry the rest with me, I think. And then I'll go down below. Oh wait, here we go. That should be plenty. There we go. With spares in case I need it. Oops. There we go. And let's head down, deposit these emeralds. And what did I leave in here? Plenty of banners, that's nice. Nothing else that looks important enough that I need to deliberately grab it out of there so that I'll remember it. Thank you. I'll trade some of these bottles away to you. I particularly wanted that trade, the bottle trade, because it's another way to turn glass into resources. Oh, and I'm out of bottles already. Okay. There we go. That's that patched up. Shove those in there. I have plenty of lanterns. I don't know why I went and crafted a couple. Honestly, it's a bit of a waste at this point. Grab. Actually, I should be able to fill these up from this water over here. And what does it take? Mud. Packed mud. Wheat. Okay, I think I have some of that on hand. And if that's all it takes to make packed mud, then I should be able to turn that into... Hang on. Mud... Oh. I haven't discovered the recipe for that yet. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I should have wheat in here somewhere. There we go. Okay. Packed mud. Excellent, excellent. And for the brick, it takes 4 packed mud, but it turns it into 4 bricks. Okay. Yeah, alright, that's not an issue. I did need all 4 bottles. I can ditch the bottles now. I need 3 more wheat. There we go. Mud bricks, and I should be able to 3 of those into... I'll stick those in there. Those can be turned into walls, easy peasy. I'll stick the rest of the dirt and this last mud brick in here, in case I decide to do anything with it. Yeah. Now it's just a matter of getting enough blackstone, and the chains, and the candles, and the gilded blackstone in particular. I'll need 2. And the piglins will get mad if they catch me doing that. Regardless of what I'm wearing, so I don't think I'll bother changing into gold. At least not yet. I should be fine. Polished blackstone, I believe, is just 4 in a square, and it should make 4, so I can take all of those 1 to 1, except for the slabs, which I get 2 to 1. So that's easy peasy. Okay, chains, blackstone, gilded blackstone. And then I should have all of the resources, except for the stone and the andesite. I have plenty of andesite, and then I'll just hollow this out. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So I can close this. Don't bother saving it just yet. This is Silk Touch, so I'll have that fine. Let's pop into the Nether. And head for the Bastion. I do need to find another Bastion, because there are things inside Bastions, Bastion loot, that I don't have yet. And I need to cover this up the rest of the way. It's doubtful that a ghast will end up in a spot where they can fire at me from here, but doubtful and impossible are 2 different things. I'll need to harvest a bunch more of the netherwort blocks. Or grow a bunch more. Hello, you. Do you really want to mess with me? I didn't think so. I need to remember to put soul torches along here. Not gonna get anything useful out of that. Hello, thank you for that. I think the best way to go would actually be the other entrance into the bastion from here. The one that I made over... Was it over here? Or did I loop around? I went above. It was from above. There are still brutes in there, so the place is going to be dangerous indeed. I'll have to handle it delicately. And even regular piglins could do me considerable harm if they swarm me at a bad time. I'll have to be very cautious. There's a brute. You, over there. That's right. I'm up here. Come and get me. That's what I thought. Alright, hopefully that was the last brute. I think I may have cleared out the rest of the place. And that guy fell down when I did so. Which is why he is where he is. I don't know if I'm gonna run into any chains here, actually. Oh, nope. I think regular piglins can respawn inside these just fine. Aha! Gilded Blackstone. Not bad. Soul Speed 1. Might as well take the crossbow. And the arrows. That's plenty more Blackstone than I'll ever need, I think. Gilded Blackstone, I should say. Polished and cracked. I didn't need those. I didn't need those. It's fine. These look pretty snazzy, though. I don't think they have the kind of blocks here that I'm looking for, so I may have to go harvest some myself. Oh, it's just you, the little kid. Don't like you.
And pulling the blackstone from here is going to make the structure all wonky. And will make any further trips that I might make in the future annoying. So I guess I won't. Got plenty of gilded blackstone, though. So I'm good on that. Gilded blackstone, regular blackstone, and I think that was... No, chains. Right, chains. If I squeak my way into the main structure here... This place might have chains. And I don't actually know if I explored all of it. I don't think I did. Give me a moment, please. Okay! Stay safe! There's a bunch hanging around down there. Interesting. The music is over. Let me put another thing on. There we go. If I move downwards, I want to take care of you. That's the ticket. There's a long train over there. Okay, where's the best place to move down at? Oh, it did drop fork. Sorry for slandering you, I suppose. Let's not tumble down there. And instead... maybe just make a little staircase. Goodness. Was that? Hello. Okay. So I should be clear to move further downwards. Although there are definitely piglins waiting for me down there. Ooh, snout banner pattern! Did I have one of those? I don't think I did. That's more unique loot. That should be safe. Hello. That's right. Move closer. Back. Hello again, Ash. I hear a brute. I don't think they can get to me. Oh, heck, it can. Gotcha. Ha 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 ha. My mom surprised me with a phone call. Lol. I have been there. It did. There was a way to get through to me. That other guy just didn't want to because that's his thing. He was arranged. Okay. Okay. Are there any more piglins around here? I would want to wreck my face. Snout! Another snout! An ancient debris! Excellent. And plenty of chains. Okay, cool, cool. Excellent. I still hear more. Ah! Oh, he was very low. Must have been... Hello, I'm just gonna squeak around the corner here. Thank you. Goodbye. I wonder what led to them being so low on health. I mean, probably me. The answer is probably me. Okay, and now I'll check out the ones in the center again, just to be sure. I got everything there. Oh, I'm out of stone. That's fine. I won't be for long. Come on, put this where I wanted to. Thank you. I hear a hoglin. I think it's inside. Inside my setup, though. A big one. And then this doesn't have anything in it. No? Yeah, no. Yeah, the hoglin was definitely in there. Okay, then. Don't think so. Get back here, you little... Okay, I think that's one more piece of unique loot. And then... Oh, hello. Don't think so, pal. And then I can start on the black... Nope. The Blackstone collection. Okay, okay. Alright, frogs. Do your thing. Scoot you back in the corner so you have about equal opportunity to swallow these guys whole. Nope. Scooch. Scooch. Thank you. Thank you. Both of those were green. I think maybe because green is closer. That was accidentally a sweeping one. I should use an axe when I'm in here to attack them. because an axe means less chance of something going wrong and I accidentally hit a frog. That would be tragic. I'm not ready for that. Emotionally. It has not happened. It has not happened. But I worry that it could. So I need to use an axe in here so I don't accidentally strike one of the babies. You can perish. That's it. I don't need to harvest frog lights right now, but... Ouch. But it feels like a waste to, not when I spent so long in the vicinity of the spawner. Perhaps. There we go. That ought to help, actually. I don't need either of those. Don't need any of that. Should be good for that. Shove that in there, shove those in there. Cool, cool. Let me just... Hey, back off. I want this. I want this magma cream and you can't stop me. What was that? I think there might be a piglin-hoglin battle going on up above. With all the brutes cleared out, though, it should be a lot safer. Alright, let's scoot orange forward a little bit so that I'll get more ochre. Maybe I can make little trapdoor spots for each of them to hang out in so that I can control better which ones have access to the magma cubes at any given time. Alright, time to scoot. I will mine up a bunch of blackstone down closer to... Actually, didn't I get a ton down the tunnel? I think I got a whole lot down the tunnel. So I should race down there and see what I left behind in that chest. I think I might already have enough harvested. I'll check that out. Hello, you two. You're not causing trouble. Hip, 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 hip. You would. Goodbye. Yeah, I went through a bunch. There we go. So, it stands to reason that all the way down the tunnel, as annoying as it was to dig through all of this, all the way down here. Next time I go digging in the nether, I'm gonna bring a bunch of bottles of experience with me so I can heal my pickup without issue. And I'll just keep digging straight. And then I'll have to dig off in a random little direction so that I can go somewhere that I haven't been to yet. How long is this tunnel? Goodness gracious. I don't think I was even halfway to the one main feature that I had explored off in this direction. Alright, I'll just grab all of that black stone and then leave. Yeah. I'll take the quartz with me too. Little reason to leave it behind when I could just take it with me, and it won't be put to any use while it's there, and if I desperately need quartz, I'm certainly not going to go all the way down another tunnel just to grab a couple. So I might as well nab it while I'm here. There's lots of basalt there, though, so if I ever am in considerable need of basalt, for whatever reason, it may be worth it to dash down here and grab that. And there's plenty of blackstone in the walls of the tunnel, but I think the next time I explore through the nether, I'm going to do it by making long paths at lava level instead of digging under lava level. That seems more prudent. Less of a waste of my time than this was. Goodness gracious. Okay, plenty of blackstone. Oh, I had a bunch in here too. It's fine. A couple polished blackstone, I'll grab that. I'll take the ancient debris with me, I'll take the chains out with me. I'll stick that nether quartz in there. Because I'll remember where it is. I don't need that. Yeah, no, I'll just leave. That chain might be preventing magma cubes from spawning, but I'm not 100% certain. I don't know. Alright. Stick snout armor trim in there. Do I have a place that I wanted to put? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't. The globe armor trims are rare, but I can get as many of them as I want for enough emeralds. So I guess I'll stick snout in there. It's the only one I have, but I only ever need one. So long as that one stays safe. Stick the ancient debris in there. I have enough for a second netherite ingot. Cool. Alright, the gilded blackstone can go in here. Yeah. That's as fine a place for it as any. The crying obsidian I think I had stuck in there. And the chains, I'll stick those in here too. I need 9 and then 2 more for the one in back. Yeah, perfect. All right, that's enough resources. Should be. Trying to remember what I used regular blackstone and what I used polished blackstone for, but I can check the exact numbers sometime later. Actually, have I copy-pasted anything since? No, I haven't. So I can just keep that held up again. Alright. 11. 7, and that's regular. 7 walls. 3 polished slabs. 16 polished stairs. And then a stack. And 13 polished blackstone. Yeah. Oh, and 8 unpolished stairs. Yeah, okay. Slabs, stairs, polished. Actually, can I just... Yeah. Okay. And I have to do one more because otherwise the stack is incomplete. And I can shove these elsewhere. Do I have a place for blackstone in here? I don't think so. I'll stick it in there. For now. Eyebrow wriggle. What did I say this time? I'll stick it in there? Is that... Oh, of course. Regular blackstone stairs. Actually, I could have just stuck the regular blackstone in to these and it would have worked out fine. I wasn't going to say anything, lol. I'm pretty sure I figured it out, though. Polished blackstone stairs, 16, and then I need 3 slabs, but I get 4. Because that's how math works on... Yeah, dividing it by... Okay. Perfect. Perfect. And the candles, right, the candles. 23 black candles. And a little andesite. I'll need the andesite too. Okay. So I'll stuff the polished slab in here with the rest of that. Like so. Grab a stack of andesite ought to do it. I need the candles and andesite, and that's it. Man, I do not have enough string. I have enough for 1 candle at each location. Yeah, okay. And then I think it's 1 dye per candle, which is a little nutty when it comes to the more expensive dyes, but that's fine. Go and check on the bees. And I'll need a flint and steel to light them, but I can grab that when the time comes. Okay. It's candle time. And then... Bam. 8 black candles. Perfect. The most I can spare for now. I'll have to continue work on that spider spawner for sure. Okay. Drop these off there. And that with that. I forget, did I have... Oh, the stairs... I think they had to have been, yeah. Okay, so if the stairs were here, that means that... the actual tunnel down was right there. So I'll just pop these three in place. And that had to have been like that, right? Yeah. Perfect. Yep. All of these were polished black stone. I'm already over a stack of stone. Did I? Yeah. Oop, there we go. And then... 21. That's good enough for now. Okay. And then I'll just... boop. And I can use this to swim back up, yeah. No matter how low down I dig. Alright, so the next step then would be... Oop, it's night. Next step then would be working out exactly where the tunnel to the villagers needs to go. And I can cover it over if it needs to go underwater, but it will be interrupted by the lake here. And if I dig under the water, but then I hit the water, that's fine, I can cover it up. But I need to know generally how low it needs to be in order to line up with the other one. Close that, because I don't need that anymore. Okay, okay. And if that's the case... that can just be shaped like an L. And then... the tunnel to the abyss can be right behind it. That's not an issue, I'm not worried about that. No, you don't. Still need to work out what the sewer pipes should look like. But I desperately need to work on the spider spawner. I think I'm likely to... I think I'm likely to work on the spider spawner design in sort of a low energy, late at night stream later. Maybe tomorrow night, I'm not sure. Tomorrow I might do another achievement hunt stream. That was quite fun the first time. And I have a few games in mind for that I want to get to for sure. No, it's 3x3, which means that's just enough. Well, I've already accomplished everything I felt like I wanted to do this stream, with the exception of finalizing the design on man, that's not really worth it, is it? I think I'll just make a hoe and go to the nether and grab the nether wart blocks from there. Probably... There we go. I'll dig out the space for the fountain in that low energy stream too. Or in a low energy stream. I don't know. There are a couple of things we could do from here. We could go to the nether and work on covering that tunnel. Or we could try to go on an adventure. I want to find an ancient city at some point. And in order to do that, I'll need to find a mountain and then dig a lot under it. You do love an ancient city? I do. I do. I have plenty of wool, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue to explore it. And if it is too much of an issue, then that should be good content. I think let's do the chores. Let's do the chores. Make a couple of stone hoes. 3 ought to do. And then go grab a bunch of netherwort blocks and finish off the roof of that tunnel. And that is not all. No, that is not all. I should also... Which do I have more? Soil. I'll grab half of it, I guess. 16, and these. And... charcoal? Do I have any more charcoal than that? That'll be fine. That should be more than enough. There's a pillager here. Where are you? If I kill you, I'll get Bad Omen. There we go. Now I just need to not go too close to my village until I can drink a glass of milk. That's fine. These things spawn frequently enough that I... You. Oh, there goes my shield. Okay. You must perish now. There we go. I'm sorry, come again? There we go. That's a second one. I think maybe the third, actually. Do I have some more somewhere? I bet I do. I prepared. I don't need that. Milk. Bucket of milk. There we go. Alright. Doing the housekeeping now is a good plan because it means I won't run into a lot of trouble later. Like a lot of trouble. No magnet cube in here, that's good. Actually, did I leave chains in there? I did not. That ought to stop it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it needs a bigger... Well, no. It won't, will it? I'll swap these out for something else later. There we go. Okay. And I'll just pop a soul torch in every spot that one of the frog lights is, I guess. No. I'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 more. All right. That ought to do then. I heard a ghast. Don't like the sound of that. And I'll stick one more right up there to protect that area. Actually, Having one here as well will be helpful. And I'll tuck those away for now because I still have to take care of these. Actually, no. The bunch that I farmed, those were what ended up in the bridge in the first place. Right. I remember what happened to those. If some of these go into the lava, well, too bad. You know, I wouldn't mind if they made it so that the nether wart blocks from the mushrooms decayed, perhaps at a slower rate than leaves, maybe? I mean, they made it so that player-placed leaves aren't an issue. Oh. So why can't player-placed nether wart not be an issue, but grown nether wart is? Right? Doesn't that just make sense? You see that piglin up there? A couple of them. Yeah, I think you can get away from me, huh? That one likewise got chopped down, so... Yep, there we go. Yep, and whoop, there we go. Not that one. Thank you. And then once I'm done with this, I'll probably call the stream there. It'll take a little while though, so it'll be a bit yet. Ow. This isn't the 24-hour Smug stream? No, I'm afraid you've been misled. I apologize. We'll put the roof over all of this. There we go. Because it's got extra mushrooms to protect it. So it should be safe. This one likewise got cut down. So I should be able to parkour my way up there. And cut them both down from the top. I do apologize if you feel like you have been exposed to false advertising. Then you are entitled to compensation. Yep, there we go. Swap this out for a more durable hoe. Excellent. Feel like I've got a healthy amount going here. Not inconsiderable numbers, indeed. I love how the #1 rule of Minecraft is, when you're in the nether, don't dig down, you could fall into lava. When you're on the end, don't dig down, you could fall infinitely into the void. When you're in the overworld, don't dig down, you could fall into a giant cavern, or into lava. Or both. Delayed reaction because I was counting stitches, lol. Ah. Pick up all of these. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, yeah. Big numbers getting bigger. This got chopped down too. So I should get rid of this. Ah. Let's combine these. Excellent. That should be just about enough. To do this one. Excellent. And getting more shroom lights is also nice. I like the way they look, I just haven't had great opportunities to use them in a build yet. Actually, there's a thought. What if I use them for the sewer lighting? An overgrown fungal sewer instead of a nice, squeaky clean one. And maybe that would allow for... Maybe that would allow for a bit more... Yeah. With how busy the fungal look would make it, then I don't think I'd need to bother with making it look clean and perfectly sewer-like. This stuff is probably going to go in the lava, but that's fine. I don't want to leave them hanging around in the air. Sorry, you were counting stitches? What you making? Briefly, my mind jumped to the idea that you were counting medical stitches, and I was worried. Trying to make a granny square. Aha! Nope, no injuries being stitched here, lol. Ah, good to hear. Yep. All right. 9 shroom lights, 9 crimson stems, and a whole lot of netherwort blocks. Oh, and a handful of weeping vines, too. I'll go shove these in the chest over here. There we go. Excellent, that's covered over. And I'm absolutely blazing through them. Okay. Yeah, I think after this I'm definitely going to have to call the stream because my computer is not having a great time and I don't know why. Bloop. Honestly, I'm comfortable just getting a bunch more progress done on this thing. Oh, come on. It's very nice knowing that the trip from the Nether, trip to the Nether, really, is even a little bit safer. Mwah. Yeah, I'm almost out. Ah! All right. It's still certainly a lot better than it was. A considerable amount of the tunnel is safer. I wonder if Hoglins would be averse to warped mushrooms that have been put into pots. Probably not. Oh dear. Did something break over here? I don't see anything broken. Hopefully everything's alright. And this is why I gotta do it. It's just too dangerous not to. Ow. Stupid, get out of here. What else could be done? Maybe next... maybe next 15 minutes. Round it off at 4 hours 30. That seems like a good time. Yeah, I'll real quick have a little bit of a peek at the idea of the sewer tunnel. Okay, then let's say this goes down into it. It would make sense to make it a 3x3. Actually, okay. Wart. Shroomlight. What if I take this concept and add onto it the whole overgrown with fungus idea. Well, maybe it should be overworld fungus. Although those blocks are so hard to farm. This is cyan terracotta. Slows you down to run through. What if? Nope. deep slate tile stairs. I do love myself some deep slate tile. Cracked deep slate tiles. Deep slate is one of my favorites to build with. I don't blame you. It's fun. Ooh, actually. If I ditch the mossy looking thing in favor of these. I'm thinking occasionally that's how it would look by default. And then you could do the runny jumpy thing along in the corner. Game mode survival so that I don't accidentally start flying. There we go. And travel along it very quickly. Game mode creative. Okay. And then every so often, and then those don't have to be, and that will drastically cut down on the number of deep slate things that I need. Well, yes, on the number of deep slate things, but also on the number of cyan terracotta I need to get. I'm thinking deep slate tiles, bam, 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 bam. Yeah, then like that, every so often. But then wherever the fungus has started to spread through, it will leave behind the cracked deep slate. And I only need one side to be entirely intact. And it doesn't even have to be entirely intact. It can still have... It can still have the fungus overtaking it. It just needs to be intact enough. Like that. That's actually really cool. I like that idea. The tunnel itself will look like this, with the ribs of the deep slate tiles around it, and those. But the wart blocks will add enough visual flair that it kind of distracts from the concept that a pipe with cracks in it made out of brick like this would not hold water especially well. And I can trim those so that they stay at their proper height, and then they don't grow down and slow me down as I'm jumping through them. Because if you watch, that does slow me down for a second, I think. Maybe not. Anyway, I think this is great. This is perfect. And then I only have to dig out the 3x3 tunnel, and then one along each side. And then any exceptions like that I can work with on a case-by-case basis. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 blocks dug out for every block that I travel. That's a pretty crazy amount of stone. And it's, depending on how far apart I put the deep slate tiles, it's on average just a little less than 4 cyan terracotta for every block I travel, and a bit more than 4 deep slate blocks for every 1 block that I travel. I'm gonna need to get the terracotta though, which means the trip back to the mesa. Perhaps I'll do that next time. Yeah. Tomorrow, perhaps, I will do a lower energy. I can talk. Goodness gracious! I will do a low energy, just chilling and digging stream, or chilling and a low energy chilling and working on the spider spawner stream. I don't know. It depends. And then sometime next week, perhaps. I'll do a stream of going to the mesa. That sounds like a great plan. All right. With that done, I'm set day. Actually, I don't know as you were here when I was showing off the music. I'll do it one more time. No. Pause the music. And play the little tunes. And then I'll have this go off whenever I enter the sewers via a tripwire, like that. And except it's probably not this. I think I chose this one as my favorite. And big points if you can figure out where it's from. It'll be fun to just hear that every time I enter the sewers. It'll probably be the last thing that I add though, because whenever I do that, I'll be heading down to deep slate level or to the village. I'm not good at identifying notes. I don't blame you. I'm not either. This was trial and error, and also these over here I'm not 100% sold on, but I think it works. Why does this one have a block over it? I don't remember. What is it? It's clay. I don't think this one was necessary. Okay. Anyway, with that done, with the new design probably finalized, yeah, I think it's time to call the stream here. It's been great. See you next time for spider spawner work, I guess. And then the time after that, probably, for finding and mining a mesa. Have a good night. You too. You too. See you next time.